You want the president to come to GBC to visit you before the problems at GBC can be solved? You don't deserve to be there. You don't deserve to be there. And I may just say, we entertain, and I'm so disappointed in the president and this government for keeping this man at the GBC. I think this government, they don't want to help GBC. They still want GBC to be a tiana. Me assure Aban we say I don't say because Aban we were idea for the best of the boy GBC. Your national television now. The people who have been there, then to me share all African games for Ghana. No, these are not people who are supposed to be there. No, if you say you are resetting the nation, people like these are supposed to be fired, Mr. President. Yeah. So the resetting, no, how are we resetting? We are making changes. We are making sure that those who could not deliver, when those people were in power, they are supposed to move. Those who could not deliver, those who could not prove themselves, there are thousands of people who can take this position and turn GBC around. Now, if a president comes to sit before you and you are begging the president, Mr. President, I am a government worker. We work as a government institution. Let government pay our debtor. You are insane. You have to be sacked. And such people, they take fat salaries, incentives like I say, big houses, big cars. They are pompous, walking around and behaving as if say nobody can question them. And for a president to come to GBC for you to tell the president, say, yeah, the car. GBC is supposed to generate money to take care of GBC. Now, if you have become the director of GBC and you cannot generate funds to change the GBC, then you are incompetent to fill that position as a CEO. You know something? This same man, I know for a fact he was in bed with the NPP. He was doing serious campaign with the NPP. And I'm so pissed off with this government for still keeping such a slimy liar still at GBC. GBC is not making any money. The nonsense and the audacity from this man to tell the president, say, yeah, the government should pay. Government no one wine. Government, who is government? This is GBC, the nation's television, national television. You are supposed to generate money. You need to crack your brains, foolish man. You cannot crack your brains. You cannot create any different ideas to make GBC look different, to make GBC make money. You foolishly sit there and wait for the president to come. You look in the president's face and say, I am being paid. I am taking allowance. I am flying out of the nation. I am getting all the incentives. Mr. President, pay our debt for us. Are you foolish? You are supposed to be sacked. Hey, man, we, or you're one corrupt Muslim, or you're munafiki, also nyankopon twena so asase we so. This is the same man when we were working so hard to tell Ghanaians, say, they are corrupt. They are destroying the nation. This is the man who was making calls for my platform to be shut down. Such a fool. This fool, on one gasa kan won enuma sam say ai na owusrem and na oye sala and na imam bi ana onene wo masala chika chen say me ko Kelvin Taylor because time aso Kelvin Taylor ba oba be expose the NPP for oba be yes scandal oba be kan okra na kire me imam no na se ne be ye nyina betuma boa etu aban bone no sa kwasiampan we ba akra. He was worried. He wanted Asla Awusumu to shut me down. This foolish man. How can such a fool, Mr. President, be entertaining such a fool? This guy wish you never became president.
But it should have been more. We have can control it, but direct to home, outside your borders or inside your borders, but it will hit half merged. And when you are home and you are running to, now I will illustrate one example why this conversation matters. About 2 years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then all of a sudden he told me that, oh, it's time for Kelvin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kelvin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kelvin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH Kelvin Taylor was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. they commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kelvin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kelvin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So nowhere, you can get him. Now, I will illustrate one example why this conversation matters. About 2 years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then all of a sudden he told me that, oh, it's time for Kelvin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kelvin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kelvin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH, Kelvin Taylor, was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. They commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kelvin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kelvin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So nowhere, you can get him.
Yes, man. That is what he was doing. What was Kelvin Taylor doing? Kelvin Taylor was exposing the NPP government. This idiot took it upon himself, offered Asla Owusu, and told Asla to shut me down. To get my license to just operate, I spent over $20,000. I was paying $5,000 a month, and I'm still paying to be on multi-TV. I spent $20,000 just to get a license to come and tell Ghanaians that this is what is happening to Ghana. Kwasi Ampenyiwe came to Accra. He called Asla. Nipana will say he called an operator. He called Asla Owusu. Offer Asla Owusu, and you bring Asla Owusu say Asla Owusu should find every means to find how I got into Ghana. This man, Kwasi Awi, today is standing before John Mahama and telling John Mahama, you know what? We want government to pay our debt. John Mahama, please, with all respect, sack this fool. These are some of the naughtiness that you're not supposed to allow around you. Whoever is lobbying for this fool, you need to sack this guy. Ultimately for anything Embra GBC. Even your manifesto launch, this guy instructed them not to cover your manifesto launch. This fool. Kwasi Ampenyiwe, today, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was president for 8 years. This man could not look in his eyes to tell him the problems of GBC. And we allow these fools. They draw so much money, big salaries, stupid idiots, and then we give them chance. Because they were benefiting from it. All African Games, this foolish man. Don't entertain such a fool in your face. Make somebody who is competent enough to make sure honorable to me the Najune Etia GBC to come and lead GBC. Get somebody who can sit, crack his brains, and become the CEO who is innovative enough to create means to pay GBC debt off, and also rebrand GBC to become a better national television. Onye bibiano to Kwasi Ampenyi. Kwasi Ampenyi ofa phone offer Asla say on cancel me. I was working to get the NDC to power for Kwasi to sell. And sometimes people sit there and say, who did the attempt? Do you know what we have gone through to get here? We put everything on the line for Kwasi to say. Today they are still taking salary. Kwasi man, oh. And you see, when I get angry, there are so many things I don't say on my show. And I'm very disappointed in this government for still keeping this fool at GBC. I'm disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Because more and the position in our NDC, more and they're from CEOs, you're from ministers, it was because of people like us and those who worked so hard to get you power. Now, no preventing people from getting power, no. And the mobile and these are fools who are not supposed to be taking any positions. I'll come back to his matter. Until this man is sacked, I'm not done with GBC. Me say, until this man is sacked. And it's not like Obi Hetino, this man is not intelligent enough to be the CEO of the director of GBC. I don't know record GBC. Yet Ghana, all African games going to Manchebi, Kwasi Ampenyi. Yet African Cup of Nations, yet to Manchebi, Kwasi Ampenyi. Yet Ghana, local things going to mean cover or free. The Bena Opea Kemuda, a dirty man. Muna Fiki. Kwasi Afo. I'm telling you people, I've lost a lot of money to get to this point. I've lost a lot.